Hi guys. Hey, welcome to my channel. Hey guys, my name is Michelle Christidis with Angel Insight. So happy you came to my channel. We've got Spark of Wisdom. Our animal for the week is the Enchinda. So I shared some the animal wisdom about the Enchinda on the details. Make sure you check it out. I see we've got some people coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Rima. Long time no chat. So yeah, welcome. You guys come on in every week. I do Spark of Wisdom, but also keep in mind there'll be another oracle that'll be coming down the pipeline in a couple days. So watch for that. But today we've got the Enchinda coming up. We've got so much oracle here. Let's take a look-see. Do you see all this oracle? And, I'm going to actually change the camera a little bit. We're going to start with the Astro dice. We've got 4 different Enchinda. We also have all this oracle here. We're going to roll the dice. Okay, so we'll get started here in just a moment. But let's just go ahead and take a moment to kind of settle in, take a couple deep breaths to really connect and follow our intuition. So the point of oracle is that hopefully it will open up some awareness, give you some insights, allow you to uncover the next step as we all work together, right? So just go ahead and take a couple deep breaths to get into the space and release. And you're just opening yourself up to receive. Let's just do one more. Okay, now we've got you in this space. We're ready to receive. And the Enchinda is really bringing up some, we've got the ancestors here. We've got the archangels. We've got the elementals. We've got the runes. There's just a lot of really incredible wisdom here that we're going to share. We've got 4 different Enchindas coming to the forefront. And so make sure you take a moment to choose the one that resonates with you most. Just so you know, the message will resonate with you 100%. So if it doesn't resonate, go back to the drawing board. Maybe pull out a pendulum. You can use your body as a pendulum. Maybe as you're looking at them, you feel a certain sensation. And I'm even that we're traveling back to Australia. We've gone back down under. Trust that gut. Just trust your gut instinct, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started with the first Enchinda. And I'm going to do myself a solid and pull up a picture just so that I have a reference. So just a moment as I'm doing that. Feel free to share this on any pages. Feel free to tag people. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing and liking this video so I can share it with more people in spirituality. So, just tell you a little bit about me. I know I'm a teacher that's here to empower other light workers to get on their mission. I'm a way shower. I also do Reiki, attunements. There's all kinds of fun stuff that I do. So if you'd like to connect, just give me a howdy. Let me know. Type at me in the comments and I'll get back at you. Okay, so yes, the first Enchinda. Okay, there we go. So we're going to start with the first one. I just like to kind of take a look at the pictures. We're going to go ahead and we're going to roll the Astro dice first. And we're just going to go ahead and ask, what's the energy around you? Pile number 1. Pile number 1, the first Enchinda. What's the energy around you? Hi, Nicoletta. Okay, we're just getting started with pile number 1. And of course, you guys know that Astro dice are new to me. So, this is how we learn as we go. And what we've got here is we've got the zodiac. We got 3 different dice, and first of all, the planet we're dealing with is Jupiter. I thought that was Jupiter, so which is so fitting because we are talking about a manifestation tonight. So we've got Jupiter starting up, which is really all about, harvest time, bringing in the bounty, right? We've got 11 coming in, which is, definitely all about house 11, which is all about good fortune. There's that abundance, a lot of abundance coming in for you guys. And then the last one we want to look at, is this your north node? Let's see. We've got, I'm sorry, I'm still learning this, you guys. I got to look through the arrow here. An arrow with the plus is Venus. So we're talking about love, physical, mental attraction, relationships, art, beauty, and harmony. So pile number 1, we've got that Venus energy mixing with Jupiter, which is actually coming into the astrological events this month. You might want to take a look at how Jupiter affects you personally in your astrological chart. Let's go ahead and dive in. I'm seeing that this is the energy around love and abundance, which is so fitting because today we're building on what we've been doing the past couple weeks, which is talking about this new framework, this new framework, and it's all around a love connection. Okay, so we're doing 2 and 2 again. We're building a new structure. Those of you that chose pile number 1, here are some messages for you to start. You chose the Western long-beaked Enchinda. And the Western long-beaked Enchinda were collectively, we're already highlighting being in Australia, the solar plexus. But for those of you in particular that chose this particular one, we're talking about inspired actions for you moving forward. And I specifically channeled the message, no deer in the headlights. Okay. These particular Enchinda are from New Guinea and Indonesia. And these are the ones that live in the mountains. So this is all about elevation of your frequency. These are the largest Enchindas, and this is talking about an initiation as we have the number 33, 3 claws in the front, 3 claws in the back. And so there's this balance, there's this duality, there's this, and even in what we rolled with the 11, mirrored numbers, okay? But this is all related to an initiation, but we are on the gift portion of this initiation. You chose this path of evolution, and there is an initiation at hand for you. Yeah. So the West is the element of fire. And what's really cool here is with that elevation, we're getting the air. So the only thing that makes fire rage even more is air. So we're taking up your passion up a notch. Those of you that chose this one, we're seeing an increase in your passion so that the fire can burn within you some more. Now, what's really interesting about the Enchinda is the Enchinda particularly is able to lower their temperature in times of heat. Oh, so this is for you, Miss Nicoletta. Okay, so we've got that Venus energy, which has really come to play. It's one of the only energies that's direct, and this is talking about manifestation. So when the male and the female Enchinda mate, 10 days later, they create a manifestation. So it happens pretty quickly. So we're talking about a manifestation coming in to your world in the next couple weeks, which is perfectly aligned with the full moon in October. So this is specifically talking about a manifestation around October 9th, which just happens to be my birthday. So yeah, there we go. So let's go ahead and find out. We're going to roll this first die. We're going from 3D to 8D. Okay. We're showing from the cube to the crystal, the difference. So when we're going to roll the first die, what are we bringing into this 3D? What are we materializing? What are we manifesting? What are we plucking out with our feminine energy, which is the yin, right? considered in the duality, the darker, the black to the white. And what are we going into the void and pulling out and manifesting and pulling it into this earth plane? Let's go ahead and find out what's got information for us. We got a 4. So I love that because we're totally talking about your structure here. This is totally on par with where I want to go. And the archangels want to come forward. I saw this in the shuffle. This is the camel. I want to read it. I find this so serendipitous, actually, because I saw this was the only card I saw in the shuffle. We're getting the sun here. We're talking about back in the solar plexus, which is the solar, and we've got the camel coming here. So this is all about transport. I'm feeling movement, as I'm also seeing the spiral. But the camel are known to be able to hold the water. So I'm definitely feeling this water energy, and it's all about being patient. And isn't that so beautiful? Here's this movement I'm feeling, and it's moving in the direction of following your north. Okay, so we've got energy. It's almost like there's this alchemization. Okay, and it's leading to following your north, following your authenticity. Now, at the same point in time, we're seeing the camel turn to the right. Okay, so we're turning like this, just so you know, which is showing that left eye. So I'm definitely feeling that feminine energy. That's that water energy. I want to go ahead and read this, though, because it showed up twice. I believe there's some information. This is all about what we're doing here with this first deck is we're talking about what we're pulling in, okay? We're talking about what we're pulling in. What is that feminine energy receiving? What are we pulling in for manifestation? So, all right, camels are from the ascended aspect of Sirius. They carry much wisdom and are waiting patiently to share this with humanity. They will download this to us as we become more telepathically receptive and are ready to progress into the new golden age. And that's what I'm feeling. This is golden. This is a gift from digging deep. This is like part of that treasure chest. This is coming in just for you that chose this pile number 1. As camels as camels move from meditative empty deserts to noisy chaotic towns, they're learning and teaching about balance. There's so much transforming lower frequencies into light. They are also transforming lower frequencies into light. Much sacred knowledge from Luke and May is contained in their divine blueprint, and they pass into the golden fifth dimensional ley lines wherever they go. They're helping maintain the grids for us. Yeah, grid workers, as you take the walk, the vision quest, as you take your quest, you're literally materializing and gridding into the new earth. It's like this connection of knowledge as you walk your path, is what I'm feeling here. Camels also talk to us about using our resources wisely. And it's interesting that I said camels because I am feeling that it is potential that you've been fighting some sore throats. Are you feeling a little bit under the weather? The reason I'm asking this is because sometimes when you're going through a challenge, and I feel like you guys are at the gift part of the challenge. So what you're receiving is that manifestation, right? The golden nectar, so to speak. But it's like, I feel that it's interesting because my throat is getting a little scratchy. So Campbell's soup. So you might want to make some homemade soup. Keep that, make it so that you have it in your fridge. Because sometimes when we're working really hard, there's a moment that we get to pull back and relax. It's not that I've arrived moment. It's just like there's this moment of like, okay, I've done what I've meant to do, and now I'm going to pull back, and boom, that's when you take that moment to relax. That's sometimes when something sneaks up on you. So here's your guidance. You are so blessed to receive this card of wisdom. It suggests that you hold golden wisdom in your divine blueprint, and that in your life path, you have contracted to share this with humanity. This path calls you to practice patience, forbearance, and humility. You may feel ahead of your time. Many will sense the light you carry and will react to it in different ways. So you need to stay in balance, whatever is happening around you. If you do not fully recognize who you are, your guidance is to sit quietly, place a golden, sparkling light around yourself, and call upon Archangel Jophiel, the angel of wisdom, to help you attune to your true self. Then expect the deeper knowing held in your soul to start coming forward. So, this is all about, and we're just setting, this is just on bottom. One shuffle, this is with pre-shuffle, but this is like letting us know what we're bringing in. So we're manifesting some wisdom, okay? We're bringing something back. Here we have a sixth sense. Potentially that wisdom is coming in the form of a new gift. Here we go again. Sonar. So we've got this relationship between the dolphins and the sharks. And we're going to do one more. And then a difference in vibration and frequency. Okay, so this is what we're manifesting. And it's like what I just saw with the bear. It's like we're bringing it in. It's so funny because I'm feeling the hermit, but this is allowing you to emerge and break out. So, and it was right on bottom. It was the next thing. So here we go. This is the wisdom that you're bringing forward. And of course, it's so fitting because the kangaroo is also from Australia. The kangaroo, like the Enchinda, has a pouch. So there's so many similarities here. And what I love more than anything is this emergence. That's what I'm seeing, this emergence. And the fact that what you're doing when you keep yourself centered, front and center, when you allow your light to shine, you're a beacon for others. Look at this in the background. And that's what we're seeing with the camel. You've been on a caravan, so to speak, a vision quest, gathering knowledge as you head towards your true north. And this is allowing your light to shine and to emerge. You're the grid workers moving across. I feel this is so much. And the kangaroos are so talented because in times of plenty, they've got that Joey on the outside. They can carry one in their pouch, and they can actually, through their mental action, through their thoughts, they can start the process on a whole third manifestation. So for those of you that chose pile number 1, working in the West, the air is coming in, sources coming in to really highlight that fire and to remind you what you're here for. But there is this sense of several things. And so there's this little bit of confusion on the structure. What I see is this structure, but it's like, should I start with this? Should I do that? It's like a confusion. Where do I start? Okay. Let's check into the comments. Hey, Jolene. We're on number 1. Yes. A golden age. Second time I hear this today. Hello. Yeah. The golden age. So those of, I'm definitely feeling those of you that chose this pile for sure are, bringing in the new earth. So you're bringing things that we haven't seen before. Okay. Which can lead to this confusion. But what you can't see back here, you see these, they look like wings to me at first, which they definitely are, but it's like, this is the tree branches. Do you see? So it's like what you're bringing in is going to branch out in several ways. I'm feeling like this, like aqueducts. Okay. I don't even know why I said that, but it's like, you're filtering it out in so many different places. Okay. And be a force for good. Of course. Plug into that don't allow, because that is the message of the Enchinda. Remember, the Enchinda is the mother of all monsters, okay? But even when we create something that appears to not be of the light, so like the Enchinda is said to have, for instance, created the Hydra, which is the one where you cut off the neck and two heads come back. But it's like, just remember, sometimes when we create something, it's the perception, it's the perspective switch. So, what I mean by that is, yes, she is the mother of all monsters. She created the Hydra, but the Hydra came forward to teach everybody what? That fighting leads to more fighting. That when you jump down that hole, when you lift your sword and create destruction, it only breeds more destruction. And so there is something in the light of all things. Okay. So that's what we're bringing in. This is the manifestation. What are we not seeing? And I say that with love, because in so many ways, oh, we're not seeing the transformation potentially. That's giving us a clue. Oh, and this, I just literally caught this between my legs. So I'm going to do that the second one. We're not seeing our purpose in the big scheme of it. We're not understanding our role in the part of the all. And all roles are important, even the ones that we're not so sure about. But those of you that chose this pile, you have a connection with source. You see things that others don't. What the heck? Okay. Wow. Okay. I was like, do you guys see my finger here? And I was just saying, you see things that others don't. And I was like, wait, what the heck? I never noticed that. This is funny. This is making me think of you, Trish. I never noticed that there's a black sun, but that's my shadow. This is really coming up for a purpose. You see things that others don't. You're the shadow walkers. You see where the shadow, how it leads you to the brightest light. This is something interesting, and this is why you have divine communication. You're closer, but in some ways that keeps you blinded, because that it's the confusion, because you get lots of communication. So what's being hidden from you, and that's what I just saw, is the kingfisher. What's being hidden from you, my friends? Because remember, what's the situation? We're talking about Venus energy. We're talking about, for you in particular, your harvest. And we get the kingfisher. You're going fishing for your other half. That's what I'm seeing. By the next full moon, do you know what the next full moon is? The next full moon is in Pisces. So how ironic is it that the kingfisher spots a fish for you? What? I love that. Be patient and be focused. And I love that the kingfisher is coming up, because this is the view that you can see things with, out of the water. Okay. So it's really the biggest thing I'm getting for those of you that chose this pile. I'm feeling the divine energy. We're doing the divine feminine energy. What are we receiving? And another thing we're receiving here is to stay out of the emotions, to fly above, to get a bird's eye view, to really pull back and expand. Okay. And sometimes this just happens in meditation, just observing. Okay. More observant. Do you see how the kingfisher is kind of like frozen in time here, but he's like perched. And what's he perched on? The ripples of the fish below. I find this all very, 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 very interesting. It's just really cool, actually. And all this energy around you, transforming and helping you. And this is the manifestation. It's the fish. And the fish is traditionally a sign of abundance. It's a sign of so many things. Wow. I want to see if there's anything else here I see. And, in the channeled message from the Enchinda, we did talk about this monkey on our back, time to get the monkey off our back. I really feel with so much that you have the ability to get through. A lot of people are going through this heart awakening, but I see this green energy here, and I really feel that this is an alchemy to that heart, a deep alchemy. Look at down deep in the emotions. We're pulling out. It's like from it's what I'm seeing is like timelines. We're seeing another timeline, and we're pulling out this manifestation and we're pulling it to us. I see this with so much. And this is what you're not seeing is this is the energy of what source is doing for you. This is that air element that's really helping you stay focused and helping you be patient and getting you more in touch with what? With that passion about why you're doing all that you're doing anyway. So as you watch over these next 2 weeks, watch for this information because there are ripples going through right now. Ripples coming out all around you, trying to catch your attention, letting you know that your fish is coming in, that this is for you. This is a manifestation for you. That is so beautiful. And on bottom, let's get that fertility going again. We've got the rabbit. I mean, there's nothing more that shows abundance than the rabbit. But what are we getting? These messages again, stay centered. Keep your balance. Okay. And this is, and again, we're looking with that feminine energy. So how do we stay in balance? Follow our intuition. Allow the signs and synchronicities all around you. Look at all this guidance that you have. Okay. And there's that Sirius energy again. Orion. There's that Orion energy. The rainbow bridge. I mean, there's just so much in this one card. Take it in. It's like what comes in, and here's that earth. And it's like, this is the grid. So it's just like you've been working really hard. I'm hearing you've been working really hard, and it's your time to manifest. Okay, to manifest a gift for you. But I want to let you know something. There's no completion. Okay, so I want to let you know that this balance. Okay, and I'm feeling when I'm looking at your energy right now, what I'm seeing is a letting go. And it's like it's like it's being stripped down from you, and that's what I'm seeing is like there's all this energy around you, this fast moving energy, but there's this melancholy feeling I have in the middle of it. So don't get lost in the energy swirls. Keep yourself centered. There's almost this feeling of being in the eye of a storm. Okay, I'm feeling that again. We're in the eye of the storm. But at the same point in time when I'm saying that, last time I saw this energy, I felt like someone was at the bottom, right? In the eye of the storm. What I'm seeing now is like you're the eye of the storm, but it's just fizzling and it's like just dissipating around you. Okay. So and there's this sense of relief that I'm feeling. Okay. So this is definitely and it should be because this is the gift. This is the gift in the challenge. So this is really good news for those of you that chose this one. I say it's about time. I say it's about time. So that's what we're bringing now, but this is going to continue, okay? Because there's this sense that we still have more of these energy shifts coming. So we're going to go ahead and roll the next one, which is more the crystal. I'm getting a 5. This is the shift that's in front of you. And man, you guys, I'm getting those Australian cards. And look at what's on bottom. 100% we're talking about balance. No matter what comes at you, keep yourself riding on top of the water. Don't allow yourself to fall in. This is the black swan. I'm getting that shadow again, right? It's like you guys are the people, the transmuters. You understand the dark. You understand that the dark takes you to places. And in particular, here, it's all about gratitude and grace. That contrast shows, it's like, that contrast shows you a message. And when you're all fixated, when someone is fixated on the light, the light, the light, the light, the light, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not judging. But what's interesting is when you actually see the shadow, when you look at the shadow, it really puts in perception about how grateful it is when the abundance comes in. And that's what I'm feeling here with this particular swan. So that's the energy around what we're not seeing. Seeing you want to turn things upside down. Okay. Keep yourself rooted. That's, we're getting another 5 here. You're working with your ancestors. And that's that melancholy feeling that I was feeling. I want to tell you, eucalyptus, okay? Using smells that came up a lot. And eucalyptus is definitely the smell of Australia. And this can help you as you're transmuting in those sacral waters. And in fact, eucalyptus is used as a mist, right? So it mixes with the water. You can use it in a diffuser, and it helps open what? See, I'm getting this thing with Campbell's soup, with feeling a cold coming, some sickness, right? I'm feeling it. But it's just part of the perspective. It's just because you've been working so hard. Yeah, honey, don't pick at it. It's just because you've been working so hard. Now that you're taking a time to reprieve, it's like it's really kicking in what's been with you. Okay, here we go again. It's all about enjoying the dance. So we're getting a lot of birds here. We're getting stay grounded. I love how this is a combination. We had the black swan, and look at, there's the abundance, number 8. And not only that, do you see? Keep yourself centered. It's like swirling in, coming through your heart center so that you can swirl it out. So we've got energy coming in, pushing it out. It's really important to do the dance and to allow things to filter through. Keeping your head up, okay? Keeping your chin up is very important. Keeping yourself grounded is very important. Don't let the air, I see the wind beneath the wings here. Remember, the wings coming in to drive your passion, but be careful because there's the pendulum always is swinging. Too much air can get you in the head a little too much. So remember, the biggest thing is to keep your head up to the sky and allow yourself to be guided. Don't get lost in the mental, okay? Don't get lost here. Feel with your heart. This is the expansion. This is the expansion I'm feeling here. That's truly beautiful that came up. So let's go ahead and find out what are the 2, it did not want to shuffle. What are the 2 energy, or what's the energy coming in that is going to manifest when we have alignment? Okay, so we're shooting for alignment. It's not here yet. What's going to come in the future? That's what we're doing. So one is the 3D. This is what's next. What's going to come in for us? And there's that wombat again. It's the healing. This is the magic. We're getting all the way down into the center. We're going down, down, down. Down, down, baby, down by the roller coaster. And and it's like you have a choice. You can be afraid of the ride, or you can put your hands up and enjoy the ride. That's the magic. It's all up to you. It's your perspective. This is gentle aggression, okay? So it's like what I'm feeling here more than anything is this is letting you know, pile number 1. This is letting you know that things are being turned up a notch, but at the same point in time, it's to put things in perspective. So I want you to think about, and what I'm thinking about now is the Costanza method. What I mean by that is you may want to think about opposites. Okay. So, like traditionally, if this came into your world and you reacted this way previous, you might want to think about the intention of the opposite. There is this episode in Seinfeld called the Costanza Effect, where George Costanza does the opposite of everything for the whole day. And it's like the best day he's ever had. So, this is letting me know that there's energy coming into that structure. You're changing your structure, and it's going to feel really unnatural at first. But this energy is coming all the way down. It's not just changing the structure on the surface. We are going way down into the subconscious mind. We're restructuring patterns that we have carried for a very long, long, long time. So as far as this is coming up, we're doing the 2 and 2. This is a little bit more about your actions, okay? So the wombat kind of like sticks its butt out and tries to block things from getting in. It's very much about protection, protection, protection. And what I'm getting here for you is you don't need to worry about that. You are covered on both sides. So don't send yourself that message. Go down deep into your subconscious scripts and tell yourself, not only are you protected, but the universe has your back. And it's all coming together for you at this time. This is the magic coming. I love that because the difference between the 3D, the dice, the difference between the 6 sides is the 7 and the 8 side. And that's the difference. You change your experience. We have magic in abundance. Whereas before in the 3D, we weren't really feeling that. So I love that that's coming in here. So how can you not put your butt in the air? I say that lovingly, knowing that there's no need to block anything. It's like just open your heart and let everything be. Let all the pieces fall where they may. Right behind there is that growing in, that shedding, okay? I'm definitely feeling that for so much. But now, what is this all leading to? Okay, so we're talking about a new structure for you. We're seeing it. You're bringing something in. You're a teacher. You're a transmuter. Your abundance is coming. You're learning that not that you're not only protected, but potentially what you're bringing in is creating that safety net, making you feel safe. But what is this all leading to? That's what I want to know. So what is the outcome of this structure shift? What is the structure shift outcome? And how is that going to influence us? Okay, so let's go ahead and pick that card. Oh my gosh. 7-7. Mirrored images. Okay. Oh my gosh. I love that. So we got the number 4 for you, which is, a mirrored image of the 2 and 2, right? That's the structure coming together. We got that 11th house. So we got the mirrored images of you becoming one with the all. And look at the kookaburra. The kookaburra is all about the healing. So this is what the outcome is that we get to go down deep, okay? So here we're going down. See this? This is the energy that's coming down. The actions that we take are really getting down into that subconscious level. And then here, it's a connection that goes down and it changes things for us in all directions, including in the South. And when I'm saying the South, for me, we're talking about the earth plane. So this is changing things in all directions, and we're manifesting into the earth plane from this healing. And the kookaburra, you can Google the kookaburra, but the kookaburra sings a song. So this is all related to that throat chakra that I started with in the first place. So make sure you keep some soup on hand. Don't fret if you get yourself a sore throat. Pay attention to what comes through should you end up with a little tickle, okay? On bottom, gosh, you guys, here's the 9. What is all this healing coming in for? So that you can build your confidence. So that you can build your confidence. Do you see the fire here? And this is what it is. We're fanning the fire so that you can see that you are so much more than it appears. And it's been hard because I'm feeling like the energy has been a lot for you to swallow, feeling lost in the shuffle, you know, can't really see, feeling blinded, but you know you're stepping in faith. And one of the things that you came here is just for this confirmation that you are, that some of these things that we're talking about are like confirmation. They confirm what you've been going through, okay? As it's like a mosaic pattern, what I'm seeing. So when you take a mosaic pattern, you throw a plate on the floor and it breaks into 1,000 pieces. And from there, you create a new pattern. And this is what I'm feeling for you guys so much. Okay. So, wow, that is certainly really, really cool. Let me see if there's any other messages or anything else that I can channel through. I will tell you that there's this, as I'm doing your reading for you, there's this like, I feel like it's a crown activation. Okay. There's almost like this, like I'm having a hard time finding the words. I'm having a hard time feeling everything connect here. Okay. I believe this is coming up with purpose. Um, because I feel like maybe this is how you're feeling. And I feel in a way that this is happening because you're putting in so much effort. And so that's why I keep getting like this disconnect. Like we're getting, it's almost like anxiety, right? It's like a feeling of the future. It's mental. And so even though the air is coming in, it's source coming in. And it's this co-creation between you. It's a divine feminine. This is letting you know. The birds are all showing up here to let you know that they hear your prayers. Okay. So I feel the need to share that. They hear your prayers. And I'm seeing that, I'm seeing in my mind's eye all your prayers that you're putting up there, the guidance that you're asking for, the will. Your will is what's coming up here. Your will not to give up. Your will to come back to the drawing board, to this mosaic and say, okay, I'll start again. There's just so much in here that I'm trying to put into concise words. And I wanted to really communicate that because it's like this melancholy. That's the word I keep coming back to. But I believe that this is what is for you. Okay. Let me catch up on a couple of, yes, ma'am, riding the waves. I hear that. And soul expansion, which is Jolene, throat chakra, throat chakra, throat chakra. I was feeling drawn to number 4. Should I listen to this from the beginning? Well, it will resonate. So who knows when we get to number 4? Okay. So these are your messages, pal. Number 1, you're in the West. And there's one last message. Where does the sun set? We rise in the east every day and we do our work. And this is you're being called, this is a rest. This is a resting stage. Even though you're movers and shakers and walking the grid, it's like you're being called to really kind of pull back, knowing that everything is happening still at night. There's still things going on in dream state. And in fact, I'm feeling this need to share that pay attention what's happening in dream state. Okay. You're creating this mosaic pattern and it's kind of like all the things. Okay. There's one last channel message. It's like all the things that have been thrown at you this lifetime and previous lifetimes, all this energy. It's being thrown at the wall and cracked. And this is what's interesting is it's like that's what you're using to step on. It's like all those insecurities, all those doubts, all those shadows. It's like you've learned how to learn from them. And that's what you're stepping on to rise, to increase your vibration, to get the 9, the healing. Now, make no mistake that you had the 7s coming back to back. Okay. And that magic, that double impact of magic, along with what we're manifesting by the full moon in October, this is going to help you raise in your confidence. And this is really going to set you apart going into this next season. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you. And I'm so happy that you were here. Wow, that was a lot of really beautiful messages. I'm just going to go ahead and give it a shuffle for the next time. We're going to move on to pile number 2. Thank you, angels. Thank you to the ancients. Thank you, Michelle. Definitely resonates. Oh my gosh, you're so welcome. Number 2 is the Eastern long-beaked. Okay, the Eastern long-beaked Enchinda. Definitely getting the divine feminine here. There's a message of taking steps on your purpose, staying in balance. So we had that message too, but this is a different perspective, okay, because we're coming from the opposite side. I wrote down in quotes, walk on water, ground, ground, ground. You have been blinded, yet take steps based on your other senses, especially feeling. I was getting discernment is an all-time priority for you right now, and this is based on the wisdom gained recently. Okay, so I'm mentioning this with purpose because as I was talking to Raymond today, the universe likes to go back and see what you learned. So really focusing in on your discernment. If it doesn't feel good, it's not for you. Okay. The divine feminine is aligning with abundance. Your career is being highlighted, and the elements here are water and earth. Okay. So your priority is water. But what are these emotions? I wrote emotional mastery, foresting. These particular Enchinda have black fur. They too are the shadow walkers with emotions. Whereas number 1, I'm feeling was more of a mental mastery, having to do with the thoughts that go. This is more the emotional. Okay. So not that they're not interrelated. I'm not saying that, but it's just a different feeling. So let's go ahead and get the energy around you Eastern Enchindas. Okay, I've got number 3rd house, Taurus energy. That's that manifestation that we're pulling in. And these are the shapes I always get mixed up. Mercury. Okay, so we have a lot of communication going on. And that's really kind of funny because we're talking about how you are the emotional masteries. And I was talking about the mental. So you're taking a tip from there's a connection coming in your mental. So there's going to be some connections coming together. I'm seeing the Taurus. So that's talking about the emotional responses. Potentially we're gone back, discovering some of these grudges, some of these things that we've manifested and brought in before. We're getting a chance to redo the field. I'm feeling like the bull is like plowing the field and you have a chance to replow. Okay. And we've got your 3rd house coming in, which represents people you're tied to by blood and location. We're talking about ancestors here is what I'm feeling. The need to venture school and education for your children. You may receive advice, but watch out for gossip and rumors. So I'm really feeling for those of you, what I'm feeling, Divine Femmes, this is communication from your guides. This is communication from your guides and angels about about a manifestation. We're talking about a manifestation coming in, but this is talking about what you're bringing in through emotional mastery. Okay. And I love that we're in retrograde because that gives you a chance to go back and do that. So let's see, what are we bringing into our 3D? What are we receiving? We're going to find out what deck we're going to use. And you guys are number 3. And I was talking about the ancestors, and there's nothing that I can think of more ancestrally than the runes. Okay, so we've got the runes coming forward. I'm going to go ahead and choose 2. I didn't grab my runes book, so that's okay. We'll do this intuitively. All right, so we've got 1, 2. Okay. All right, so I'm going to turn them around so you can see. This is what I have chose. This is the first one. Okay. And this is the second one. All right. So the first one, I wish I grabbed my book, but I'm just going to intuitively read this. And it's interesting because on mine, you know, if you turn it sideways, I was like right away, I've noticed like the Zorro, okay, which I think is really funny because I'm talking about the divine feminines, and Zorro, of course, is all in black, but he's masked. So I feel like this emotional mastery that's coming in is allowing you to unmask. This has been quite the journey for those of you that chose pile number 2. I feel like for some of you, it's been a long journey. Okay. Whether it's been long or short, there's no judgment. Everything has purpose. But this journey that you've been coming into, it's definitely been jagged. It's definitely taking you to a low and then up to a high and down to a low again. What I'm feeling there is, and this particular rune too, is it's all about perception, okay? It's all about the perception and the lens that you're looking through. And this has a lot to do with your intuitive prompts because this particular rune is associated with the swastika. What I mean is somebody took the vibration and they switched it, right, for their own sake to try to describe. But this is coming up because symbols and synchronicities, do symbols catch your attention? Do you find messages in symbols? And I'm saying this with purpose, especially with the Zorro, with the Z, triple Z, snap. You go, girl. You've been, okay, see, this is how it happens, you guys. Triple Z, snap. You go, girl. I feel like for those of you that chose pile number 2, it's the water and the earth. So we're taking the emotions and we're grounding them. We're grounding our emotions. And I feel that those of you that chose this, why this is coming up for you is that you have a community, you have soul family, you have people coming up to help to assist you because what goes down must come back up. But do you see how on this particular one, now I don't know the rhyme or reason, but do you see this mark right here? I feel this has purpose. It's like you've been going along on your journey and then something quite expectantly caught you by surprise. And it's kind of like changed those emotions again. It's made you doubt where you're going. Okay. It's made you wonder how the journey is going to continue. But of course, I want you to continue the pathway because what goes down must come up. What goes down must come up. But this is highlighting that you've had a little bump in the road, something that didn't catch you, that caught you off guard. And I'm also feeling that it's kind of like a storm. It's kind of like holding you ransom. Like Like when the weather's really rainy and stormy, that's what I'm feeling here, and that's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. It's like there's this fog, okay? And the fog is keeping you from seeing the mountain that you've been climbing. And I find this very interesting because if you follow your intuitive prompts, it's like sometimes you have to go down to catch the right trail to go up faster than you might think. Okay? So it's like don't judge a book by its cover. Keep your heart open, follow your instincts. Don't of course, free will. Okay. But what I'm hearing is judgment. Those of you that chose this, there's a lot of judgment, criticism, potentially even with yourself. And it's like when you make those judgments, that's what keeps you from coming back up on the rise. This is something that caught your guard. Feeling like this came out of nowhere, but it's come for purpose, as all has purpose. And it's like you're heading for the top of your mountain, but yet there's still judgment. And the moment you have judgments or criticism, you'll automatically block yourself from getting there. So it's like, okay, detour, coming back down, learning a couple lessons, but then we're going to manifest our way back up. And this is what I'm getting in the second one. This is what you're not seeing, okay? Is that it's a lot of give and take. This is actually the rune for the year. This is your year. This is the time where things come together. But notice the difference from this rune. Do you see how everything's connected? Everything's connected. Even that little blurb at the top of that mountain there, okay, is connected. But here, it's like it's disconnected. What I mean, this is what I mean and what I'm seeing. Okay? It's like, oh my God, I'm literally seeing and hearing less than. You felt less than. Okay? I'm holding it this way. So I know it's hard for you to see it, but when I'm looking at it, I see the less than sign. That's how we used to feel. But now we're moving into more than, greater than. This is the manifestation that's coming into your life, pile number 2. You're seeing that you are more than you think. The east is about, I'm getting the water, but also the sun rises in the east. And so this is about getting yourself to rise to your potential, okay? Also feeling the arrow here. An arrow to me is always about potential. Always about potential, right? And it's like you can go out. The hunter's moon is what's coming up in October. What are we manifesting? We're manifesting the potential to see more for ourselves, more than we've ever seen before, okay? It's like we're going from what was to what is. I'm really feeling this with so much. So I hope this resonates with those of you that chose this pile. And all has purpose. It might feel like this is a detour, right? We're talking about the third house. So this people tied to you by blood and location. So it's like I feel that this really has a lot to do with it, with an attachment of some sort, an attachment of where you are, an attachment of a person. And it's like that what I'm feeling is when we let go and open ourselves up, when we don't judge what has been, when we don't judge what could be, when we just are open, we're open to something new. See, it's like this is something totally new, is what I'm feeling. And so it might rock your world, but I'm here to tell you it's for you. Okay? So that's what the energy that's coming in. That's just talking about that manifestation. Okay? And the new moon coming, and this makes sense to me because we are moving into the new moon this weekend, which is in Libra, which has to do with relationships of all sorts between you and where you are and where you want to go. Okay. So I think that there's the energy coming in is going to change the the connection. And I feel like something brand new is starting for you. So let's see where this can take you after alignment. Knowing that alignment is coming, we've got the magic. We've got the magic in me. Number 7. Hello. Rolling number 7. There's another 7. So pile number 1, pile number 2, 77. We're definitely seeing that we have this new earth, this new transformation, and the magic is coming in for those of you that allow it, for those of you that resonate, for those of you that'll allow the past. And so that's what I was feeling here. When you disconnect, it's like here, everything's connected and it like keeps going. It develops a pattern, right? Kind of like the heartbeat, it develops the pattern. But it's like here, there's an interruption. This is your year to really reset and increase that vibration and go on a new wavelength, starting a new pattern. And it's all about listening to your soul. The raven, oh my goodness, talk about the shadow walker. And they they call out what they want to see. Okay, so you might want to think about the magic. Hey, do you hear ravens? When you hear a raven, what are you thinking about? What's happening at that time? That synchronicity comes to light for you. Are you being loyal to yourself? Are you listening to your inner voice to allow this shift to happen? Okay. Are you hard-headed? Are you stuck to all the things that have come? See the pattern? These are the patterns of the past, and they've developed into this hard shell. But this is something that you can let go of. Here's that 10. This is letting you know that this is a cycle that's gone for a circle. You're ready to shed that armor? Armor is what I'm hearing. So this is letting me know that you've been through lots of ups and downs, that you've had to really defend yourself, survivor. That armor that we put on, it's all to keep things at length. So it's like shedding that armor and letting people see who you are. And there's that too. Opening your heart. I was just saying, shedding it, opening yourself up. Okay. So this is listening to the messages that come in from yourself. And I, of course, cannot help but notice, first of all, fast moving energy for you guys. Okay. So this is coming in fast out of nowhere. And it's just like, it's just going to resonate. I've got all this bird coming in for you guys, which is happening in number 1. So this is coming in. I even feel like you might have some new guides coming in. Yeah. Feeling new guides for you. To help you finish that full circle so that you can step into this authenticity. And you see this infinite here? You're infinitely connected, but it's at the same point in time. It's your year to increase the vibration and get into a new pattern. And it's all about letting go of those things of the past. And I see you're like right there. I see it. I see that you're right there. Okay. And then the claws. Oh, I meant to mention this. I noticed the claws here. Okay. Are they the same amount? Okay, on this card, they have 5 claws in front. Oh my gosh. This is kind of crazy. So do you see on this side? Okay, because this particular Enchinda has 5 claws in the front, 4 in the back. So I didn't tell you, but you guys are the healers, okay? You're the healers, number 9 for healers. And what you're doing is you've fought for that. That's why this is your year. And look at, We've got here on the right side of the lizard, we've got the 5 and 5. That's the initiation. That's the actions that were always meant for you. Here on the left, look at, we've got 5 in the front and 4 in the back. What? So this is that healing. This is that vibration of the 9 that I remembered to bring up. This is that little bit of healing on that feminine side. It's like drops of water, stones. This is like we're bringing that water and we're allowing it to dissipate on the earth, allowing the earth to absorb those emotions. Wow. That is so crazy. But I'm feeling it. All right. So what is the energy coming in? What are we after we have alignment? What's the energy coming in? Okay, I cannot make this up. 7, 7, 7. Okay, 3 sevens in a row. So sevens are really important. The magic. Now the grouse is so interesting because you know what they do is they dance around the ground. So grounding is really important. Grid working. As you're walking, you're imprinting, you're leaving your print as you walk. And the grouse, they walk in spirals. And so you are literally healing the earth, healing yourself as you go through your walk, but also healing the earth, bringing new energies. That's that emotional mastery. This is the magic that's coming in. By you being open to letting go of things of the past, by not allowing those emotions to determine, by shedding that armor, leaving the armor on the ground. Okay? It's like we're getting to the root of it. We're getting to the root of it. And what this does is not only allows you to feel safe and protected, but it really allows you to integrate that energy into the earth plane for that manifestation, okay, that I was talking about. So I keep seeing all these patterns, but look at, they're all in the back. They're all in the back, the patterns on the ground. Okay? And look at the claws on the bottom are the 4. So it's this new structure that's allowing the shift. And so really pay attention to what's coming in. Lightning bolt messages, knowings, okay? These are knowings. And what is this going to lead to? There's that lizard again. What is this leading to? What is the outcome? It's a vibration of 9. The outcome is the healing. And what is that healing? It's the links. The links is connected to auditory. This could be a manifestation of a new clair, hearing, auditorily, knowings, but the links is also ancient wisdom. I want to read from this book for you because the links is so much more than people know. So 1 second, number 18. Oh, I almost turned right to it. Yeah, secrets. So here's the poem about the links. Okay? Links, you know the secrets so very well, the dream time and the magic, but you'll never tell. May I learn to hold my tongue, observe it like the Sphinx, powerful yet silent, the medicine of the links. Wow. I think it's really interesting that the Sphinx came up, okay? Because I'm very much feeling that we're back at the solar plexus because we're alchemizing. We're digging deep to alchemize things that happened on the Egyptian timeline. So that is just really like, what? The Lynx is the keeper of secrets of lost magical systems and occult knowledge. The Lynx has the ability to move through time and space and to go into the great silence for unraveling any mystery. The Lynx is not the guardian of secrets, but the knower of secrets. The problem lies in getting the lynx to instruct you. He or she would rather be off chasing a bird or kicking sand in your face than running circles around you. Lynx medicine is very specific type of clairvoyance. It is the medicine. If this medicine is strong in you, you will get mental pictures concerning other people, and the exact things that they have hidden, either from themselves or from others. This is what I was feeling this was. It's like you pick up on the connection, you pick up what's in between the connection. You will see their fears, their lies, and their self-deceptions. You will also know they have hidden the treasure, if there is any. You never speak of these revelations, you simply know. The only way you can coax information about yourself out of a lynx medicine person, in case you've forgotten where you're hidden the treasure, is to respect the practices of his or her tradition. If you go to a gypsy with lynx medicine, you could show respect by paying with money after the reading. If you go to a Chowtu medicine person, he or she will reach into your midsection or use traditional methods to help you. A blanket or tobacco should be given in exchange for medicine he or she has performed for you. This operative is known as the law of the lynx people and is practiced by the Native American, Gypsy, Sulfai, and Egyptian cultures. Wow. If you have pulled the lynx card, you can assure that your secrets are afloat. And we're talking about water energy. Be still and pay attention to the revelations you either receive in a form of mental pictures or through high singing voice in your inner ear. So pay attention to ringing in the ear. Pay attention to songs that fly in. Okay? Wow. If the lynx is at your door, listen. Brother or sister lynx can teach you of your personal power and of things that you have forgotten about yourself. Things that you have forgotten so that you can increase that vibration and get on a whole new pattern. The lynx does not say much. Excuse me. Some people believe that the Sphinx of ancient Egypt was not a lion, but a lynx. This lynx does not say much. With an enigmat, okay, I'm not going to say it. With a smile, the great cat watches over the sands of forever. Wow, that is super interesting. So, all of this healing, all of this energy that's coming in, this is your year. And the cosmic energy, which I'm feeling, which is so fast and moving around you, this is opening up some new parts so that you can elevate yourself even higher. And on Bada, there's that dog again. So here we go. That's the shift we're looking for. You came here to understand that what you're manifesting is a new clair, auditory, sound, potentially working with Archangel Sandalphon, potentially music coming in. But just be loyal to yourself. This is coming in to help you even more get in touch with your intuition, okay? To keep you balanced and to be of service to others. The dog is what I'm hearing, like a service dog. Specifically, I'm seeing the shepherd. The shepherd. You are a shepherd who's leading the flock. And so, yeah. So it's just like you're the healers. You're leading the flock, right? So I love it. Jolie, or music, Jolene. Nicola says, music, Jolene. I'll let you sing in my ears. Ooh, yeah. Oh, wow. So many messages for you, number 2. Okay. So just remember that we're bringing this into, like, we're getting a chance to redo the fields. Okay. So a whole new vibration. Hold that vibration. Hang in there. Those are your messages. I hope it resonated with you. We're going to move on to the next one for pile number 3. And pile number 3, I really loved this one, just like because I learned so much about it. I actually learned so much about the Enchinda, but this one was pretty, I got a lot of channeled messages for you. Okay. So those of you that chose number 3 is the Sir David Long Beaked Enchinda. Okay. And so right away, I learned that these guys are the Cyclops. They're called Cyclops. So I got the third eye for you. And so there's an activation going on in your third eye. Actually, it's more than your third eye, though. It's an activation of behind the third eye, the pineal chakra. We have a combination of earth. So earth is your dominant. You're naturally very grounded, but we've got the air coming in to mix the elements up for you for this manifestation. Dreaming with your feet on the ground. You guys can make anything happen when you trust and keep your eye on the prize. I'm hearing vision is a must, and it's all about the trust. Vision is a must, and it's all about the trust. It's like a little mantra for you. This is the smallest Enchinda, the smallest of the long beaked. But these guys, you guys get big ideas, really big ideas, lots of ideas. And I'm hearing the song, "This is how you do it." Bum, 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 bum. So you're working potentially with a new guide. I heard top 10 list. This is for you to have vision. So it might be dating myself, but David Letterman used to have a top 10 list, like the top 10 reasons why you're going through a spiritual awakening. And number 1 is, so there's this top 10 list. You might even want to come up with it on your own to write it down. But this is for you to have vision, to expand your vision. And I'm also feeling gift part of the challenge and quick. I wrote quick. This is a big change. And it's been in the stars for you. You came here. This was written in the stars for you. And you came here, and I underlined it several times, to evolve. All right? So let's find out more about the Sir David Long Beaked. And Sir David, it's like you've been elevated. There's this air of elevation. And it's like, you've gone from like the peasant to the sir. So what I mean is there's this respect. There's something more here. We're going to get into it and find out what it's all about. Let's get the energy with the astro dice real quick. What's the energy around those of you? Well, we've got Gemini energy. Okay, this is coming into house number 1. And we've got Jupiter. Is that Jupiter? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going to learn these eventually. Okay. So, yeah, we've got, I believe it's not Jupiter. Hold on. It is Saturn. Okay. So, we're talking about Saturn, which happens to be in retrograde right now. And that's talking about discipline, responsibility, ambition, obligation, rule and law, and structure. And we already mentioned that you guys have the big ideas, okay? You guys are like the artists. You guys are like the innovators. You're coming up with new things. As my right hand is itching, and it's like your actions are bringing something new in, okay? So this Saturn is all about, and isn't that interesting, because doesn't Saturn, no, that's Aquarius. Okay, Gemini. So we're talking about duality, mischievous, emotions over rationality, curiosity, clever thoughts. I'm really thinking for those of you, this is really highlighting thinking outside the box, able to look from different perspectives. And this is talking about your first house. So the manifestation to the first house is your personal life, your beauty and beginnings. It may also talk about future mishaps. Okay? So I'm not feeling that at all. I feel like this is a brand new beginning. And we're going to get more information. So what are we pulling into the 3D? What are we receiving into the 3D? Aha, there we go again. Okay, so first house, look at this. First house, and we rolled a number 1. All right, so we've got the wild offering cards coming forward, and right on bottom, we've got clarity. So this is the tone of your reading. Let's read it. Let me trust my deepest instincts in all ways, especially when matters are unclear. May my own holy intuition always guide the way. Now, in particular, with this first, we're talking about our feminine energy. What are we receiving, right? And as I'm reading, as I'm noticing these drops, these emotions, this water energy, and this clarity is talking about how the innovation about you is you can take those emotions those emotions and nourish and grow from that. These are the seeds growing. So I just feel like you guys get all these ideas, okay, that come in and they just grow like crazy. All right. And there's lots of them. But let's get more information about this because sometimes that can be, um, sometimes innovators are great. You get lots of ideas, but sometimes we think, I'm mentioning this for purpose. Okay, this is for you, pal number 3. Okay, because sometimes we create the idea that we're supposed to develop the idea. We're supposed to roll it out. And there's just a lot of people that get paid for their ideas. Okay, what I mean by that is, and that's kind of what I'm feeling here, is like you get an idea, and if you're trying to do all the work to make it come, you stop the flow of the ideas. This is where I'm feeling the drips. It's like I'm feeling this sense of a faucet, okay? And it's like it drips and it drips and it drips. But once you turn the faucet off and the drips aren't there, it's like it's like we lose inspiration. Okay, so this clarity, and for those of you, is you could be an innovator and you're wondering and trying to get clarity. This could be putting in perspective a general read. But as you guys are the Sir David, it's like, you feeling like there's a block. There's a block. Something blocked you. So let's get some more information. I see that you're striving. Okay, you're striving and you're working really hard to find that flow. You're working to find the flow that works with you. And I was feeling that too when I got the Gemini, information. And is that traditionally, thinking of the twins, this could be a twin flame connection. I'm getting the one-on-one. Are you working? Is that something that you get intuitive thoughts related to? Potentially. Um, how are you feeling in your body? Okay, this is what's coming up here. And notice all this black in the background. So it's like, I believe your body is trying to converse with you. And this is the structure coming in. And it's like, this is that discernment that we're all working on. Okay, what I mean by that is you're creating something, and based on how you're feeling is telling you whether it's effective or not. This is where I'm getting this like black and white. It's like two sides of a coin. Um, Two sides of a coin. And it's like when you flip it in the air, you leave it all up to chance. And those of you that are big innovators, it's like what I'm seeing is it's not black or white. There's lots of shades of gray in between. And potentially we're missing the in between part. Okay. As I'm settled into your energy here, it's really super calm. Okay. What is the energy for those of you that have this here? Oh, you guys are earth and air. Okay. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I feel really grounded, which is awesome. Your energy feels really awesome. But are you so grounded that you're not getting the messages of some of these out of the box? Okay, that's back to that structure that we were just seeing. You're not thinking out of the box. I'm getting your health here. So the body, the health, I really am very interested to see how this all connects. Okay, let's go ahead and pull your card because I want more information. So the manifestation is that you're pulling in. You guys, I cannot make this up. Do you see the birds and the bees? What? Okay, because I was talking about twin flame, and uh, whatever you think of that, but this is an alignment. This has to do with the relationships. Now, of course, it all has to do with relationships. We're getting some clues about your body though, um, and about your health. So these are connections, even potentially on different. You may be dealing with multiple twin flame connections. Now, just bear with me. I know it's a little bit unorthodox, but I have this theory that there's this alignment between us and another in different ways. And look at this. I'm seeing the birds here and the bees. The bees I'm thinking is that solar plexus, that honey. And it's like the solar plexus and the birds. There's this are you having physical symptoms in your sacral and solar plexus? Are you feeling the burn in your gut? Are you feeling like cramping? I feel like it's resonating in your body, and that's the earth part. Like you're so grounded in it that potentially there's a block that you're not seeing, that it's manifesting in your body. So I'm bringing this up for purpose. So it says positivity. This is what we're pulling in. If you can find even one thing to be grateful for, it will restore you to the light. Please, dear God, let me always feel gratitude for something, even a tiny thing, even in the hardest situations. This is what I was feeling. It's like we have a block. Those of you that came here, there's a block. It's either you're feeling it in your gut, that's the bees, okay? And so there's this alignment coming together to get that honey, to understand the hive bringing in soul family, that solar, the healing rays of the sun, okay? This is a masculine energy I'm feeling there. But this is coming. I feel like it's coming out of the sacral chakra. This is these triggers. Do you notice how they look like they're like almost mad at each other, keeping each other, but it's like this trigger. There's this energy. And I'm bringing this up for purpose so that you can give yourself grace and gratitude to not fall into those emotions and to get triggered, but instead to see it for face value, to face it on. And instead of looking at somebody and going, oh, you, what about, how does this reflect on me? How is what this person is doing, how is that making me turn around and look? Why is that triggering me from moving forward? So what I'm trying to say is there's mirrored images here, okay? Mirrored images. And I mean, that's what I'm definitely feeling. So it's all about giving yourself grace. And of course, look at these birds are yellow. This is something I feel like it's in the solar plexus. Okay. So are you feeling, do you have stomach issues? Do you have, yes, it's no joke. So let's see. Yes, cramping. Okay. Me and Jolene are purging a lot of sacral and root manifestation through cramps and more. Yeah, it's no joke. Very nasty. Stomach issues. Yeah, you guys. And it's getting you into that buzz, okay? So it's like there's a block there. Let's find out what it is. What are we not seeing? What are we not seeing there? What is our feminine energy not seeing? Okay, what's being blinded from us? Being enough. There's those tears, that nourishment. I find this, we got this card last week, I think, Nicoletta, when we did a reading for you. The innermost heart says, you are enough. Nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to change, no need to grow, more deserving. You, yes, you are love. And what I mean by that, this is okay. I'm going to go in my mind's eye, because as I was just about to say, when the leaves fall, there is this fall, and we've all taken the fall. There was a fall from grace. And so it's like, because this happened either in this lifetime, I'm actually seeing some red energy in that root chakra. So it's the ancestors. This is actually, this is, hold on a second. I'm getting more information here. This is ancestrally related. This may be something that's resonating in you. It may not be yours, but I feel like it's something in your family line, actually. So this could be something like, does this also affect your siblings? This is something that, a couple of, like your mom or your sister. And what I'm seeing, as you're seeing me turn here, it's like there's the energy is coming in and it wants to take this away from you, but there's this holding on. And that's that trigger. That's that I can't move forward while I'm looking back part. Okay. So we're holding on to parts of the past. And sometimes we don't even know we're doing this. I'm seeing the contrast. I've got the root chakra. This is dense energy. This is subconscious thought patterns running in the background. And so when the triggers come up that catch your attention, they catch your attention, letting you know what the block is. And what do we have here? We had first house. Okay, first house, Gemini. And I was getting from the beginning, I didn't want to say it, but I was getting this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of thing. And what I mean by that is, depending on the energy around you, it brings in the shadow or it brings in the light. It depends on how you're currently walking. And all has purpose when I say that. So, gosh, I'm looking forward to getting more information about this. But this is about a trigger deep in the sacral. The sacral waters are triggered. It causes us to not be in the calm. That's this fall from grace. That's what these tears are coming in. These tears are coming in to nourish and replenish those waters so that we can get a calm. And when you're calm and not triggered, then that's where the solar part comes in. You can step up and step into your power. And work from your full power. There's more here, though. There's more here. There's more here. The reason I say there's more here is I'm seeing Oh my God, this is so crazy. These are literally the black-eyed Susans that I'm doing. I haven't posted it yet, but these are black-eyed Susans. This is literally what I'm trying to talk about. Okay, so it's confirming on bottom. The black-eyed Susan is coming up. Black-eyed meaning how have the shadows affected your feminine energy? And specifically the eye, the third eye, the higher elevation of the pineal gland, okay? What I mean by that is, how is this allowing this expansion? And when I'm doing this attunements, the black eye, the center of the black-eyed Susan is black tourmaline. Now, if you look into black tourmaline, it'll let you know a lot of people think that it's all about protection, but actually black tourmaline goes through all incarnations, undoing all the things that make you feel separate. Okay, so it's not just about protection, it's about authenticity. It's about going through all incarnations and undoing that which has affected our solar plexus, meaning that has created patterns of fear, subconscious patterns, by the way. So some of this is not even at the forefront. So again, we're getting this nourishment. Okay, so those of you that chose this, it's like we're really grounded and we've got the air, but what's coming into your reading here is the nourishment. And I believe this is what Source is bringing to you. Okay, we're nourishing your soul right now, and it's like the block has caused this physical trauma so that you can do nothing but pay attention to it. So sometimes when these physical things come up, they force us to do what? To relax. They force us to pay attention to who we are and to what we're doing, right? Yeah. So that is just so synchronistic. So you might want to actually, Jolene, I wanted to talk to you guys about actually offering that on Friday because part of a meditation is this black-eyed Susan. So that's something we can talk about. All right. So this is what our feminine energy is picking up. There's a healing. There's something in that sacral. This is a deep alchemy, right? As we're shifting, what's the difference between the 3D and this particular die? Remember, is the magic and the abundance. And so let's go ahead and see what we're pulling in after the alignment. We're pulling in number 2, which is telling me about this collaboration. It's telling me about this alignment. Okay, we've got Mother Earth. So we're talking about as above, so below. We're talking about seeing things from a different point of view. On bottom, oh my goodness. What? Wake up call. Look at a tsunami to the sacral waters. Is this what's potentially coming up and what we're getting highlights about? This is what's triggering this energy coming in. This Libra new moon in specific is really coming up to really help you question your relationship. What I mean by that is, are you making decisions? Actually, that's not what I'm trying to say. This is like, hey, watch out. This is like universal energy. Okay, the moon causes the sacral waters. This is talking, you see all this blackness to the sacral waters? God, this is reminding me of a conversation I had with Rama today. And I'm actually seeing that there's energies on previous timelines. And I'm going to tell you what, these are like manipulations to allow these I'm actually feeling this. This is related to your heart awakening. This is the deep alchemy. And I'm even feeling for some of you, there's some cords to cut here. I am seeing that this is very complex, those of you that chose this pile. So this elevation, this, being knighted, so to speak, right? And when you think of a knight, that's all about learning. It's like you're not the king, but you're being knighted, which means because of because because of how you dig deep with that courage, even though the cards have been against you, it's like there's so much more here than you understand. This is the deep alchemy. I'm really seeing a lot of energy here, feeling the burn. I'm trying to understand. This is more complex than a lot of you know. This is the waters. What I'm seeing, this is literally like it's like a storm in between that sacral, and what I'm seeing in between Atlantis and Lemuria in my mind's eye. It's which is that solar plexus and that sacral chakra, and it's like it's fighting for competition. But this is the thing. This is not something you've done. I feel that this is something that's been done to you. Okay. Previous could be magic not used of the highest good, right? Could be lots of things. This is the deep alchemy. These are the cords that need to be cut. This is like this in authenticity, and that's why it's physically blocking you. Okay. So we're going to find out what to do here. And it's interesting because I'm seeing a shift now. And it's been showing me a story. It's like I see this storm, almost like a boat rocking, right? Back and forth. It doesn't know where to set. It causes this confusion. But I'm seeing on the Egyptian timeline in that root chakra that something on that timeline has really caused this deviation. What I mean by that is it's like that energy has made things unstable. Okay. So, so what are we going to do about it? What's the outcome? I mean, first of all, we're still getting the action, right? What? I cut right to the volatility of the volcano. That's that heat. Okay. And it's like, even though there's a lot of heat, you're feeling the burn, especially, in that solar plexus. I'm actually feeling that burn. But I want you to remember the Enchinda is here. And she, out of all the animals, recovers the fastest after burning. But it's important to make sure that you pull back. You need a couple days to recover. She's able to lower her temperature, okay? She's able, and in some ways, this burn is for you. It's a burning away of programs that were never for you, okay? Were never for you. So, ceremony. How can we set intentions with this next new moon? Okay, the next new moon is going into Libra. How can we grid? What grids can we do? I mentioned black tourmaline, I think, with purpose. Okay, so you might want to think about pulling out that black tourmaline. How can you get into some ceremony in order to show it's all about your intentions, okay? It's all about your intentions moving forward. What can we do about it? Yeah, what can we do about it? So you can set the intentions. You can grid black tourmaline. What I would suggest, that's very much coming up. Oh, and I'm seeing this spiral. Okay, so you can grid. I'm actually definitely giving you a tip here because I'm feeling the vibration of the black tourmaline. I'm feeling it in my mind's eye. First of all, I want to encourage you, anybody that chose this pile, to think about the attunements I'm going to be offering this week. I'm sorry I haven't put them out there yet, but they are coming up because I'm seeing that could benefit you in so many ways. Or you can grid black tourmaline. Just take 6 pointed quartz, put it around the black tourmaline. And what you want to do, remember how you go, the direction you want to go with the black tourmaline is you want to pull this energy away. We want to take the energy that's not for us and pull it away. So you have the 6 points with the black tourmaline in the middle. May I suggest you put it on selenite, okay, so it can stay activated. And you take another point with your intention and you go to the left to activate this grid for your highest good. You can set the intention, and what it will do is it'll pull these energies that are not for you, it'll pull them away. And on multiple timelines, this is on multiple timelines for those of you, which is why we're getting to stay grounded. Okay, so I'm feeling this energy of the crystals. I'm feeling crystal energy. And so it's also going to be important because some of us are very sensitive to those. So I'm also getting, that grounding energy. Make sure you ground. Let's see, one more clue about what can we do about this. Plug into Mother Earth, because I am certain this is related. This is coming up so synchronistically because everything that we're talking about in this pile is what's been coming up with the Enchinda, okay? So definitely you guys are in tunes. I'm going to even say with that root chakra coming up, causing this unstableness, you guys are guardians. And so what you're feeling is what she's feeling. And this has been coming through a lot in my sacred work, that the waters of Mother Earth, her sacral waters, have been tainted, okay, are not her authentic. And so that's what's causing the boats to rock. It's like there's this mirrored energy giving us clues to where, and in some ways, I'm just going to go ahead and spill the beans. I'm getting a lot of energy around this mirrored relationship between the Bermuda Triangle, which is in by Peru, which is where the world's sacral chakra is. But I'm getting a lot of intuitive prompts that this is not her authentic sacral chakra waters, that those have been tainted. And so as happening one is happening to all. And I believe that those of you that chose this pile, those of you of higher elevation, higher, closer to source is what I mean, closer communication, are also feeling this same effect. And why are you feeling it? So that we can do something about it. Because oftentimes we can't do anything about it if we don't know. So we're bringing from the subconscious, it's going from the subconscious to, it's like, remember, we're grounded. You guys are earth and air. So it's like we're bringing these burdens, this inauthenticity, and we're giving it to source to keep ourselves grounded. This is a deep trust. This is deep. Okay, I'm feeling it. This is really deep. Lightning to the waters. I mean, come on. That's on bottom. This is what's coming in. There's literally a shock to the sacral waters. Wow. And do you see the storm? I was feeling, this is exactly what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling. I was seeing that ship and those waves, okay? And it's like, those of you that chose this, there's a shock coming into those waters to reset the pattern. Because what I'm getting, look at that, stepping into the power. So it's like, I've got the power. And look at the blue. And it's causing this authenticity. So the shock to the sacral, this lightning is what's really shifting and going to allow you to step into your full power. I feel it. I feel it with so much certainty. There's a fragment of something that still needs to be alchemized, a part of you that wants to come home. So it's like all this energy you're feeling now is getting you to go down deep into those emotions and to find that fragment of what's missing. It's a part of you. It's a part of you. That's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye right now. And it's like there's a part of you that you haven't accepted. And the card coming in is to ground. What? So it's all about keeping yourself grounded. It's about not getting too much in the head, not getting too much in the emotions, keeping yourself right where on this earth plane, keeping yourself right where you need to be, bringing the fruit of your labor in, okay? Allowing everything to happen organically. And it's like patience. It takes time for things to grow. But once you get this is what you're meant to hear. The purpose of all of this is once you get the fruit growing, it falls down and it reseeds. So this is talking about not just the tree, okay, planting your tree, putting the roots in of your tree, but this is talking about, like, I'm hearing orchard. This allows abundance. This allows duplicity. So something is coming up that's creating a lot of fruit, a lot of fruit. And it's that duality. And it's coming in fast, you guys. It's coming in fast. I definitely feel that Huron, it's that Egyptian timeline. This is an alchemy on that Egyptian timeline. And so what is the actual outcome of this deep alchemy, of this fast moving energy that's going through? It's bringing something new. It's calming the waters and bringing something new in. It's like the shifting of the clouds. And here we're getting a message to be vigilant. So the stone people are letting you know that we've got moving energy. Don't attach to it. Don't bring it into form. This is all just being released. This is a purge so that you can get to the bottom. It's like you don't have that alignment yet. This is all still cosmically shedding its skin to get down to show you. So it's like, don't allow yourself, keep yourself centered. Don't go emotional. Don't go too mental. It's all about keeping your sign. The tsunami. I mean, come on. That's the wake-up call. What? You might have to read that, you guys. We seriously might have to read that. Okay. So look at all this water energy. And it's all about, this is the final amount. It's about movement. Okay. This is getting you from the block and moving, literally moving those chakras, allowing the energy exchange. Okay. Getting yourself around the corner, getting yourself around the bend. I instantly had the message to read this to you. So, because there's a lot of beautiful, beautiful parts that you're not seeing in here. Okay. So the river, it's all about getting in the current. When you think of a river, sometimes rivers can be dangerous because they have what? They have the current underneath, the undertow. This is the subconscious patterns that are running, that are keeping you blocked. So those of you that chose this, you can do some subconscious, what you can do is some subconscious recoding. It's my purest intention to recode my subconscious belief patterns related to not being worthy. And then you say, I am worthy. I am deserving. The universe has my back. I am loved and supported. And you literally restructure that script. Okay? Wow. This is so fun. I love this. Okay, river, going in alphabetical. Okay. Movement. Okay. Oh my gosh. Didn't I say that with you guys? Okay, I'm going to read the whole thing here. The softened light from the sun falls upon this meandering river, the sparkles reflecting the gentle movement taking place in the river's body. She moves easily around the curves and the rock, sometimes gently, as portrayed in this card, and sometimes quite rapidly and intensely. Still, the river's movement is always eventually will always eventually land her at the bosom of great grandmother ocean. Some of her water will evaporate along the way to free the waters of the sky. And there is a combination between earth and sky and air, okay? So the sky here. Just as it takes place in any other bodies of water, and bless the land and the seas with the replenishment in a perfectly natural cycle that helps the planet sustain itself. Water is our livelihood, a nutrition more essential than food. The flow of water throughout our own bodies serves as a metaphor for how life itself flows through us and expresses as us. And so, the deeper message here for those of you that chose this pile, you Sir David Long Beaked Enchindas, is all about being fluid. Okay? What I mean by that is it's all about the vibration of the water. So, yes, you can have the tsunami, that's one, or you can have the block. This is talking about everything in between. And the word fluid is really important here, okay? Because if you put water in a glass, if it goes to the form of the glass. If you pour water in a bucket, you see what I mean? It's like, but it's still water. It's like, but fluidity is the ability to move into shape as needed. Okay, so it's like you are a shapeshifter. This is the relationship. Yeah, this is. I just said it. This is what it is. This is about shape shifting, and it's all about how. Okay, this is a shape shifting in between the second and the third dimension, between Lemuria and Atlantis. And the reason that you're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth is because something is misaligned and it's not you. It's like somewhere along the way, there was something was tainted. That's why I keep tainted love is what I'm hearing. Tainted love. Uh-uh. Tainted love. It's like something tainted the waters and started these scripts. And it became a truth that we told ourselves, and it became a judgment that we had against ourselves, and that blocked the abundance that we wanted. So it's talking about this fluidity. And just like the water moves around rocks, and just like it does that, it's like that's the movement that we want, not allowing the undertow, the subconscious scripts to rule the world for you. Fighting or blocking the flow of your life force can lead to you feeling spiritually void and disconnected from source. Just like the metaphor of the river, it does not work to force or fight this compelling movement. When you simply pay attention and observe the flow, getting fluid, getting yourself into the current, it becomes easier to navigate your experiences and to see what lies ahead, or at least get a sense of what is to come in the ever changing geography that unfolds as you cruise along. And that's so funny because I was talking about that boat and about how it's like the reaction, okay, and what that elicits in your body. So this is talking about subconscious scripts related to reaction. Your resistance is hampering your ability to make a choice in this matter. What you resist persists. Surrender to the movement of life. Be grateful, and you will see the signs along the shore and in the river itself that offer you clues about the direction your egoless self will be making. Go with the flow is more than a trite aphorism here. It is essential that you do so now. Breathe, relax, and you will know. So it's like not getting into those emotions, right? But also not being so detached. This is pretty complex for those of you that chose this. But what's on bottom? Oh my gosh, this is what I was feeling the whole time. I'm kind of having a hard time tonight really expressing what I'm seeing. But what I was feeling is this is all related to that heart awakening. This is that deep connection. This is the love connection that I was talking about that we're building. This is the alignment that's coming. Okay. And it's like you came here for purpose to know that you are on track. And it's just a matter of being fluid. It's a matter of allowing these deep alchemies to happen, to trusting, to not losing focus. Okay. It's like as that river is turning the corner, it's like you're still in the current. Okay. So don't think that these sharp changes, these shifts, and I'm seeing them in my mind's eye. I'm literally seeing them. Don't think that this is taking you off track. Okay. But allow yourself to really find a place of neutrality if you can. How can I remember that I'm fluid like water? When I poke a bubble, it just sticks out the other side. Okay? And I'm literally seeing that here. Are you seeing this? This is like water to me in the background. And it's like on the surface where you touch, it's like it changes what's around you. And that's the flow. Okay, that's the flow. It's like source might be pushing you here, but it's to get you to go into the flow. It's like pushing your boat towards that shore. Does that make any sense? I'm asking you. But it's making sense for me. Okay? It's making sense for me. And this is definitely this is bringing you to that alignment. Okay? So this is an alignment between energies of the feminine, masculine energies. Much has kept you apart, but this heart awakening, this alchemy that you're going through, and it's so many different chakras. That's the hard part. Is like we're going down deep, and it's like it's talking about your structure and about what you built on top of it, and so it feels very vulnerable. And I feel it in my body. I'm feeling it in the back of my heart chakra right now. So it's just like this is really taking you in, and allow those physical symptoms to guide you because I feel like they are. Remember to have the courage to see the truth. Okay? And the truth is, no matter what's happened, you are loved and you are protected. And these black-eyed Susans, look at the center. It's like you might be feeling you might be feeling some of the shadow. You might be feeling the purge, but at the same point in time, this is letting you know over and over and over, you are the center of the universe. This is what I'm hearing. You are the center of the universe. This is happening for you. Have faith. Don't allow yourself to be lost in those emotions. Be fluid and allow your boat to go to the next part. It's like, yes, you felt the tsunami, but remember, we're getting you to the flow of the river, into that current that is meant for you so that it can lead your boat to your destination. Wow. That was the challenging one for me. Okay. So thank you. Because it felt really, I don't want to say complicated, but and we've got the earth magic. Okay. I just did the magic, and we've got the prayers. We've got the wild offering. So this is really talking about the magic of that feminine, the magic of the wild, the magic of the unexpected. Okay. And it's bringing in so much more than you know. I really feel that with so much conviction. Thank you, pile number 3. You're about to be knighted very soon. Okay, so hold on tight. Let's go to our last one, which is the short beaked Enchinda. Pile number 4. You are the only short beak, so there's something unique about you already. Some channeled messages. You guys are good swimmers. In fact, snorkel. A trip could be coming up in your future. Avoid heat, though, is what I'm hearing. I was feeling the synergy with your pile heading into a brand new direction. I was feeling the solar plexus, as I was feeling for all. But for those of you specifically, like the last pile was about the solar plex, was about the sacral. This is about the solar plexus, meaning owning your throne is important to you at this time. And there's definitely a feeling of collaboration. Less in the head, more about listening to your gut. This particular yellow is really important for those of you that chose that. That could be synchronistic. Gold, alchemy, the magician is present. Definitely the Atlantean timeline is coming up. Mastery, I'm hearing. Is there something that you're not allowing yourself to see truth? Something makes you feel small that no longer has purpose for you. Hearing, let it go, let it go. Don't be afraid of the Elsa effect, taking off your gloves and allowing your authentic self to come out. Allow the wind to guide you. Here we have the element of air and the fire coming in together to create an inferno. So similar to pile number 1, but that was fire and then air. This is the element of air, and we're adding fire. This is all about materialization for you, and it's meant for you this lifetime. This is a deep alchemy, but you're meant to experience this lifetime. What are you resisting? And I'm also hearing the Joker say, why so serious? You've been in hermit mode. It's time to flap your wings. I'm getting that you are transmuters. Are you using your throat chakra? There is a relationship between these two for you. Your voice, your tone. I'm hearing pinnacle and storytellers. Wow. Lots of information for pile number 4. Let's see. Poseidon coming to mind with those shocking waters. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely feel that so much. This is what regarding following. This is what I was thinking this morning regarding following my gut. Yeah. Oh, yeah, when we were talking about that. Okay, so this is, like I said, I'm feeling the color gold more than anything, so it should be interesting. Let's see the energy. This is our last pile. I know, you guys, these messages are pretty deep, but I'm digging deep to even give the messages, okay? So let's see. Oh, boy. We've got a couple things coming together here. All right, so first of all, we've got our 4th house. So we're talking about parental figures, domestic. We're talking about your home. We're talking about the land. We're talking about your structure. This also talks about new beginnings and new endings, okay? So this is that 4. So it's either you're building a new structure or a new structure's coming in, and I'm literally hearing the house. Now, I love that the planet coming is the sun. So we're talking about the ego, consciousness. This is that deep alchemy, okay? So the sun is getting that Atlantean timeline. We cannot get more Atlantean than the sun. And then we're also getting the zodiac coming up is Sagittarius. So this has a lot to do with that alchemy going down. This is the hunter's full moon. This is the manifestation for the hunter's moon. And you guys literally have the bow of potential. Okay? That's what I'm feeling here for you guys. Let's get into it. What deck are we going to be using? We've got the runes coming, okay? So I love this because I was just feeling this really deep. And, when it does the runes, I read the Nordic runes, okay? So that Nordic runes talks about the tree of life and going down into the lower three worlds to ride the rainbow bridge back up to Asgard. And so it's so interesting that I'm feeling this. It's like going down into those lower chakras specifically is bringing you guys something. So let's find out. We've got the first one. Oh, treasure chest. Oh my goodness, this is so crazy. You guys, okay. So what is the energy we're pulling in? This is what the runes came up. What energy are we pulling in? And I was literally just saying it as I grabbed it. X marks the spot. We are literally on a treasure hunt. That's the gold. We're digging all the way down into our treasure chest. This is talking about the Earth Star chakra activation. X marks the spot. It's connected to the center, which is your heart. So this is related to this heart activation that many of us are going through, and it's changing. This is all about your connection to the earth. This is definitely being highlighted. And then I absolutely love, what is the gift? And look it's the blank rune. It's anything that you want. Anything you want. So the manifestation that you're bringing in is to discover the gold, the alchemy deep down in your treasure chest. And it can manifest in any way. In any way. So I'm feeling it's very powerful. I was feeling this really power with you guys. So yeah, let's find out. Okay, so that was number 3. There's more here. I want to connect the dot with our actions. Okay, so let's find out what oracle is going to come up. Number 5. So we've got, did I pre-shuffle? I did. So we've got our Australian cards, the 4 directions. This is exactly where we are, okay? So this is where we are this week. We have the Enchinda, which is native to Australia, okay? First of all. And the feminine energy, right? Look at, this is the feminine energy. This is pointing us direction. And here we go. What is this abundance we're bringing? What is the vibration of the 8? What has gone full circle? Yeah, Wheel of Fortune is what I'm feeling here for you guys. It's the fairy penguin, the willpower, the will. And where does the will come from? It comes from the gut, okay? Your will is the solar, okay? What I mean by that is, and that came through in the message. So you might want to look at the message brought forward, but this is talking specifically, I feel, going down into that treasure chest, which is your elemental. So I love that the element of the fairy is coming up, okay? And it's like the will, the magic. This is the magician. This is all connecting that that message in the channeled messages. And I love the synchronistic, how it's so synchronistic. And here we're looking again, the feminine eye here, and I'm seeing the color. It's literally yellow, and the blues on the fairy penguin. So if you know anything about the fairy penguin, if you're not familiar, let me get you familiar. They are in the water, And they are penguins that fly by their will. They don't know they can't fly because what happens is when they're in the water, the surf, the waves, they jump from waves to waves and they fly. They have the feeling of flight as the waves carry them up in the air. It's truly really beautiful. And so this is for those of you that chose this pile, I'm feeling that elemental energy. You're going back down and you're getting in touch. We all have the magic. We all have magic within us. But you guys are specifically very in touch with this magic. And it's been, from what I'm seeing in my mind's eye, it's been quite the journey to get here. Okay, multiple lifetimes, multiple missions, initiations. You are the rare. Okay, what I'm talking about when I say the rare, you are the Olympians. Think about people who go to the Olympics. Okay, and I'm getting like a lot of Greek stuff here, the Greek timeline, like myths and things, which is related to the Enchinda, that legend that we talked about. Those are all Greek legends. It's really interesting what I'm seeing in my mind's eye here. Um, what am I seeing here? This is magic related to your masculine energy. So there is energies coming in. This is what's different about this one. On previous ones, it's talking about the shift to your feminine, to the feminine energy, but this one in particular is a shift to that masculine energy. That's why we're getting the sun. That's why we're getting the Atlantean timeline. We're getting the gut. It's all about that masculine energy, the actions that we take. Now, when we're talking about that Atlantean timeline and about owning your throne, it's like we're also talking about the crown. How do you wear your crown? How is your connection to source? Okay? Because in that connection, is your channel being cleared? That's a question I have for you. As your channel's being cleared, it's this feeling of flying. This is this connection to source that I'm getting here on bottom. Okay? And it was upside down, and I literally heard, "You're not dreaming. You're not dreaming." This is, again, all full circle. Do you see this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's this 8 again, even though this is a vibration of the 3. It's this balance. But look at, this is what I'm getting. The alchemy that you're doing on all these different timelines is going full circle to begin again. Okay? And I'm saying that because this is all the orange. This is that sacral. The orange is the color, the sacral, okay? The daydreaming, the fire in the background. You can't have think about the sunset, okay? This is how I like to talk about it. Think about the sunrise and the sunset, the colors of the sunrise and the sunset. Is it ironic? I don't think so. That the root chakra is red, the sacral chakra is orange, and the solar plexus is yellow. Those are the combinations of the sunrise and the sunset. It's all a matter of where your starting point is and where your finishing point is. And here we're getting the message about keeping a rhythm, keeping in the balance. Okay? So that's just a clue. The raven, magic is all around you. Again, are you seeing? This is like around, like this. I cannot, like, all we're getting on all the clues is this uniform 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's like, this is there's multiple chakras involved. This is deep alchemy. Okay, this is going down into that elemental, the magic, and bringing it all the way to the forefront. And this is what is missing on the 3D plane, okay? This is why we rolled and we got, this is, remember when I told you, when we're shifting from the 3D to the 8D, what is changing is we have the magic and we have true abundance, okay? So keep that in mind. So the actions that's being highlighted for you, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, but I just love this synchronicity. The magic that's coming in for you is the bowerbird. It's about building the dowry. It's about creating the nest. Okay, now think of a dowry. Back in the day, you used to have what was called a hope chest, and you would fill it with intentions of your upcoming marriage. Okay, you would start building a nest. Now, the bowerbird is a specific bird that is attracted to anything blue. Okay, so here's this blue coming in, the fire energy, but it's like when you get down to the bottom of the fire energy and you get down to the nitty gritty of your actions, it's all about that and authenticity of what you want your nest to have. Okay, so if you go to the bowerbird's nest, you're going to see all this eclectic stuff, but it's all what grabs their attention is anything blue, and they collect that to create their nest. So even though we're getting a lot about source and about the Atlantean timeline and about the fire, okay, because remember, you guys were air. So there's an element of the mental capacity. And this is coming in, this energy is coming in to bring your attention to different things. Okay. So like when you see the blue, it's like it's giving you it's like giving you direction. Okay. That's what I mean. The energy that's coming in, the actions that you take give you direction. I mentioned we're on a treasure hunt. So that's what I was feeling in the first part. It's like this is the energy coming in. Yeah, X marks the spot. But it's like I was feeling like we don't have direction because anything can manifest. So think about that. Anything can happen. That's a little overwhelming, isn't it? Because it's like, well, what do you want to pull in? What do you want to pull in? And it's like, what do I want to pull in? And it's like at the same point in time, it's like, what am I attracted to? It's like hard to choose just one thing. Okay. That's what I was feeling so much. So this is like getting down to the nitty gritty, the energy that's coming in. It's a vibration of the 6. So we're integrating. Okay. So what I mean by that is there's some energy that you've just gone through, some deep dives, and this deep dive is now needs to integrate. It needs a couple weeks, and at the same point in time, the universe is going to test you. Are you sure you're going to go out and grab that authenticity? And so this is what these nuggets. So maybe the color blue, maybe for some reason I'm feeling sapphire. Okay, sapphires, and the meaning of sapphire. Wow, that's very much coming up. Peacocks, which have to do with the abundance. And this is that relationship between the solar energy and your authenticity. This is the relationship of, oh, and I'm feeling, okay, there's something else here. This is about the relationship with the sun also. So I was talking to a friend today, and I'm going to repeat it. It's like you don't want to stare into the sun, okay? Because there's a lot more action around the sun than you think. But at the same point in time, how are you allowing source? How are you allowing yourself to nest, creating this nest, which is basically letting go? What are you letting go of to get right down to it? Okay, that's what I'm feeling. This is energy that's being stripped away from you. Okay. And why? So that you can build it back up. Okay. So I'm definitely feeling this feminine. This is happening. This masculine energy is coming in. There's a change to the masculine energy. And this is allowing your feminine energy to rise in a new way. Okay. I'm feeling it so much. And it's all about staying in tune. There's this element of staying grounded. There's this element of, I see the branch in her mouth. So there's this action of creating. There's the steps is like you've got to go out and start foraging what you want. So it's a matter of build as you go. Okay. But it's like, it's like this part, Odin, right? The blank. It's like source is telling you, you get to personalize it. That's what I was feeling here with this nest egg. Okay. What is this leading to? The oyster catcher. Okay. Uh, what I'm getting there is it's the oyster catcher is all about the removal of the irritants. Okay. So it's like this energy is coming in. Okay. Hold on. I just noticed. Wow. Okay. I have to do it. You guys, like, no joke. The archangels. I must have put these in just from the last one. These two cards, I'm going to take them. Let's pull them out. Remember the kangaroo and the kingfisher? From if you were with me this whole time, this got placed in your reading by accident. But I'm a firm believer that there is no accidents. Okay. As I say that, and exactly, so it just shifted from 225 to 226. So we're going from the 5 to the 6, the integration. So this has purpose because if you were bonding to this reading, this is letting you know you were in the right place. And if I remember correctly, this was the very first reading, which was the fire in the air. And it's like this got placed in, letting you know that that may have resonated with you, but this could be your reading because this is like the next part, the integration of this already. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you see what's on bottom? It's the Enchinda. Holy shit. The whole, excuse my language, the number 44, the turn of the wheel. This is the Enchinda. Wow. Talking about personal protection. We have to read this because this is on bottom for you. This is what's confirmed on bottom. This is the, oh my gosh, the result. You guys, this is like really tripping me out. Do you see? Oh my gosh. Look at the symbol here. This is like I'm looking for my blue. I'm looking for my I'm building my nest of authenticity as my masculine is coming in. There's a shift to the masculine, a shift to my actions, a shift to that solar energy, right? And it's like I'm looking for my blue. I'm getting to the nitty-gritty. And then look what your card is. It's the blue. It's the record keeper. This is the part that is part of everything, is like you've been carrying the song is what I'm hearing. The song. You've been carrying the song, and you throw your song as the whales, they bellow their song out throughout the oceans, and it carries throughout the currents and the ripples. And so this is that throat chakra. This is what keeps coming in. And look at the symbolization. It's like, do you see here? Look at the difference. Okay. So this is the actions. This is what our actions are leading to, but this is the result. Do you see how there's a shift there? And to me, it's not as rigid. Do you see? It's like here, there's like, it's like sluggish. And here it's like, now we can get right down to it. Wow. I mean, there's just a lot of similarities there. So the record keeper, this is a manifestation. Not only, this is like Akashic record is what I'm hearing here. Okay, when I'm saying record keeper, this is a change to your Akashic record. This is a change. This is the freaking Enchinda. This is what we're doing. We have to read it. There's definitely something here. And 44 is very synchronistic for me. I'm pretty sure this is probably my pile. Okay. All right. 42, 32, 44. Okay. 42, this is our action. So 42, the difference is 10. The cycle's completing. It's like we're going into the blue. Okay, I'm going to hold it this way. So here we've got the 42, we've got that integration. Okay, so there's something that you just went through that's causing you to do this nest egg, and it's causing some actions. But at the same point in time, what's in front of us, and actually this is after alignment, just so you know, okay? So we've got X marks the spot. We're reading the map. We go down. We create that deep alchemy down into our treasure chest, our Earth Star chakra, which allows us to manifest anything. Okay. And it brings this alignment. All right. As our alignment comes, we start to create this nest of our authenticity. And this is when our feminine energy is able to rise from, I'm saying feminine because it's receiving the codes to rise up and to breach the surface and share what it has to the rest of the collective. And this is all about, this is like what was meant for you. Okay. This is meant for you. And the Enchinda on bottom is talking about that personal protection. So there's definitely messages here for you. When threatened, Enchindas quickly dig themselves into the ground, leaving no part visible except their quills. Such a move precludes anyone from picking them up or altering their path. They turn into this ball of spikes, okay? They effectively shut themselves off from the world, preventing anyone from interfering or getting too close. Such action not only protects them from predatory attack, but unfortunately also shields them from the assistance or support offered by those who would see no harm come to them. What if Enchinda's quest for food leads them to a busy road, and oncoming traffic and danger, for example? What if a passing motorist stops and attempts to direct him off the road? Notice how they say him. Okay. So this is the masculine energy. What if the attempts prove futile because Enchinda's obstinate character prevents him from realizing the error of his ways? Quickly agitated, Enchindas prey on ants because they know they hold a secret, patience and strength of character. Ant nurtures the collective powers of the mind, body, and spirit. It expounds the strength found in community and in unity. This is what I was feeling with the record keeper. It's like almost like there's this kind of like hermit mode, like this gathering of information so that you can come up and breach the surface in service to all. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. If the Enchinda is shuffled into your cards today, you're being asked to open your heart to the needs of those around you and to the nurturing that they can offer. Stop shutting people out. That's the energy coming in to flush. The light is coming in to flush out all that doesn't serve you so that you can step into your service, so that you can bring forward at this time. This is divine timing. You need to let down your guard. Relax your sense of personal protection. Develop tolerance and begin to trust. Shunning anything or anyone that might divert you from your path is great if you want to live independent life. But Enchinda warns against protecting yourself to the point that your heart becomes impenetrable. Enchinda helps us to understand the fundamental distinction between denial and determination, or more to the point, the difference between not wanting assistance and not needing support. So here we're being shown the actions. The bowerbird is like, I only want to gather the blue things, okay? But in some ways, is that something that we've attached to? So it's like that's what I'm feeling here. Like by only looking for the blue things, okay, which is digging for that authenticity. But on one level, there's a perspective here that if you're only looking for one thing, you can certainly miss a lot of things in between. The idea of an independent lifestyle may appear attractive, free of the hassles and commitment and responsibility to others. But if you become too complacent, you may accidentally find yourself exiled from social activity altogether. Your friends may wander away. Your family may forget to invite you to family events. To stand rigid and distant from those in your life will eventually give rise to the general belief that you're unapproachable, ungrateful, aggressive, and lacking humility. So what this is just saying is it's like, you know, the whales, they swim deep, they migrate, but they too are part of the pod. Okay? The killer whale is coming up with purpose. And it's like don't allow the shadows. This is that alchemy. This is deep. This is digging deep, okay? What I mean is the X marks the spot. And if you look at one end, look at this. It's like up here. This is literally coming together as you have the masculine coming down to affect the feminine. Okay, and that's what I'm feeling here. And so, and this masculine I'm feeling is at this point source, allowing source to come in and to make changes to that masculine energy, to make changes to your actions, to allow yourself to be solar, to allow like the rays of the sun to come in and to warm you, but at the not warm, to warm you up, to feel that passion, to allow things to come to the forefront. So it's like a flushing of light, is what I'm getting. It's like a light erosion. And that's what's coming down into the depths of the water, because when the light comes through the water, it travels faster through the water. So it's coming down to get you to come up. Like I feel it so much. And it's like the turn. This is that wheel. I love that you guys got the 44. This is the initiation. This is bringing things into the now. This is developing the 4 and the 4, the 8. This is literally shifting to this crystalline shape, right? Crystalline shape, allowing your structure to change, allowing things to come in is a deep alchemy on that Atlantean timeline. So that might really resonate with a lot of you that got that. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. It's been a long one. Again, but it's like these messages are coming forward as, it's just been a lot of energy. It's hard to figure it out. So thank you, pal number 4. I hope this resonated with you. I hope you find value here. Anybody that did, I see we got a couple thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like and subscribe, share. I'll be back with Spark of Wisdom. But I also have another oracle coming out in a few days, and it's all related to the circus. So you might want to come back and see, what are these monkeys on my back? What can I learn about them? And how can I learn, not my monkey, not my circus, right? So, what are these monkeys on your back, and how are they? That's really coming up. So watch for that. That's the next one coming. Okay, hopefully in the next couple days. You are very welcome. Thank you, everyone who joined me tonight. Have yourself a great night. I'm going to say over and out. We'll talk to you really soon. Bye, guys.